The key success factor for me, as who's running a business and who has a staff, is really to get the right people and to retain the people. It sounds very general and has nothing to do with supply chain management, nothing to do with sourcing, but this is what I felt. Because sourcing itself, it's not rocket science. You just do your homework step by step. But to retain your people, to train your people, to understand your people is completely different. There are many advisors from Europe or from US, they give you a handbook, this is Chinese culture, you have to do this, this and this and this, and to follow it. But from my point of view, if you had a good child education, you just keep it. You're polite to the people, you're honest to people, and you just adapt a little bit to the cultural differences. In China, it's guanxi. The first 2 years I tried to do my business the German way. It's very strict, very straightforward, business-oriented. But later on I had to admit that I needed a Chinese brother. So I was looking for a counterpart who can support me in my business and give me also the right private advices. I found one. He's a politician in Shanghai, and he's my big brother. Mm-hmm. And if I have some issues, either business-wise or also just my private life in China, I will ask him, and he will give me the right Chinese recommendation, and then I can make my decision. So guanxi is still important. I don't think that China will be a low-cost sourcing country for the next 10 years. We are going more into research and development. So, to be honest, for our own business, global sourcing or China sourcing, I'm not very confident that we can keep it in this way the next decade. Maybe the next few years we still have some advantages, but China is not only the workbench. Companies are investing tons of money into research and development and for higher products. You can see the development of Korea or Japan. We will see the same in China, but in shorter term. I had one client, it's a tannery. He came to China 18 years ago, German management. It's old, dirty business, and he's a key supplier of, we can say, timberland. And the government is trying everything to get him out, to some tax issues, and he has to buy new machines to purify the water treatment. Even the Chinese neighbors doing the same business is treated differently. So this company last year opened or established a new company in Vietnam. Because the Chinese government, in the beginning, they have taken every investment. Labor intensive work like textile, garment, old industry like tannery, but now they're focusing in medical advices, in environmental protection, and they want to switch to get more knowledge and more input into the country. I worked in a multinational enterprise. We offered global sourcing. We had offices, we still have offices in India and also in China. For the industrial side, India is much overrated. I can see it by the contracts I get from the clients. If I get 10 contracts for global sourcing for China, I get at most 1 for India. They are focusing in BPO, business process outsourcing, and more in services. They have one advantage, that's the language, and their democracy is more a disadvantage than an advantage. They cannot make fast decisions, the infrastructure is bad, their foreign direct investment is just 10% of China, so you cannot really compare it. Maybe we are a very special case as a private equity, so we have the philosophy, give ownership to your employees. Let them participate on your business success. The people take more response, they feel a part of the team. It doesn't matter if you give it to a senior manager 0.5% of the shares. It does not sound a lot, but for the personal feeling and for the employee, it means a lot to be part of the company. And this is the best way how to retain your good stuff. For younger and lower management, they are looking a lot for education, for training, coaching. They like to be educated, and that you send them also to your headquarters, that you involve them in the whole process. It's not only money here in China. There's a big misunderstanding of the Western world. The people, the business people in the Western world, they think Chinese suppliers are waiting for Western clients. But this is not the truth. The local market is very, very strong, and they make a lot of business here in the local market. So we should come down from, we're sitting 10 meters above, and we are treating Chinese suppliers differently. Why the Chinese supplier has to fill in the quotation within 2 days. You do it in 2 days. I never would treat a German supplier in this way. Yeah? So that's why I said, you adapt some cultural differences, but your good child education, please take it to China, be open, friendly and honest to your suppliers. It's very interesting, because we have people from different fields. We have consultancies, we have traders, retailers, we have heavyweights like Shell, Dow, but we have also smaller entrepreneurs. And I can see it from the feedback and in the question and answering session. The people are motivated, interested. It is not a meeting to sell yourself. And I never had the intention, this is a sales summit. It's more sharing your experiences with other people in the same field. So that made us very good.